Hi, I'm Josh.
Hi, I'm Wendy. And we're Rough Pass Moto.
We're taking 1 year to ride 2 motorcycles from Portland to Patagonia.
Top, bottom. Let's go. We made it to South Baja.
We did the last episode in San Ignacio where we met our friends Laura and Michael.
They're riding 2 CRFs rallies just like us, New York City all the way down to Patagonia.
CRF, friend.
It was great to exchange stories and see what broke on their bike along the way so that we could kind of plan for what's coming down the road for us.
We had different plans leaving San Ignacio, so we parted ways for the time being and made our way to Moulahe.
Do you think that's funny? Why do you think that's funny? Motorcycling every day gets a little repetitive, so we needed another hobby.
We had so much fun snorkeling in Baja de Los Angeles that we decided to pick up a set of snorkels and fins and see what we could find on our own. We headed south from Moulahe along the Sea of Cortez down to Laredo, where we didn't really have much of a plan, but something interesting came up.
Hola. Thank you.
One of the things you have to do as a motorcycle adventure traveler is go to the circus.
Circle Fuentes Casca.
We got trapeze, we got juggling, we got clowns, and most impressive of all, the Sphere of Death.
We went to the circus. We didn't realize we went to the Moto circus.
Very little boy.
The opening act in the Sphere of Death was a child no older than 8. This was a quite small child for a Sphere of Death, I would think.
The Moto circus was so much fun.
And unfortunately, I lost a glove. At some point, set the glove on the back of the bike, drove away.
I started a list of things that we've lost along the way just to memorialize all of our lost companions. R.I.P. glove.
At the hostel in Laredo, there was another group of motorcyclists staying there who were doing Baja the right way.
There's no right way to do Baja,
But there's one way that's probably more right than the rest.
in our opinion.
And that is riding Japanese 450s with a chase truck driven by 2 very old men.
Oh, don't call them that. Find yourself an old man to travel with you in a chase truck, carry all your belongings, some snacks, some drinks, some gas, have an extra bike in the trailer,
Also bring an extra old man just in case.
so that they can have fun while everybody else is ripping it.
That was nice. Best sleep in Baja.
touch.
You're very serious about not losing your gloves.
Not again. These are the only ones they had that were anywhere close to my size and not just a big leather gauntlet. We'll see how long they last.
We followed the Baja 1000 tracks out of Laredo into this beautiful canyon.
Took us up and over the mountain, did a couple river crossings. It was a good solid 4-hour ride.
As we got towards the end of Baja, we still hadn't had that quintessential beach riding experience.
Didn't get our fix of sand in the last episode, so let's go find some more sand.
Cactuses that are growing right next to the road, that if you get off track, you just run right into a cactus.
If you want to improve your sand riding skills, get on a sandy 2-track that's very narrow and has cactuses encroaching in on the 2-track. It is the motivation that you need to maintain a perfect line.
Stay on those pegs.
Josh got that. Oh, that's not. That's just good. Deep. It's not a cactus, but they're pretty close.
The next morning, we hopped back on the trails and found our way to the beach. This beach was immaculate. There was no trash, no people, no nothing, just beautiful white sands and beautiful crystal clear water.
The big one.
Well, that's a pretty deep berry on the sand there. Ready?
In the spa treatment.
That night, we rolled into La Paz and met back up with our German friends.
5 days before we got into La Paz, a hurricane had come through, and you wouldn't know it looking at the city that the cleanup effort had been so fast and so thorough. It was honestly impressive. Unfortunately, there was a somewhat lasting consequence of the hurricane.
The sewage was overflowing into the bay.
So Wendy, Laura, Michael, and I decided to try to find a beach outside of town that would be a little bit more fresh.
We were once again encountered by washed out roads, which for us is just more adventure.
Let's go to that one. Yeehaw.
We ended up at a beautiful beach, but there was still a lot of debris in the water and the surf was really choppy. But we still spent the afternoon sitting on the sand and enjoying the views. We booked passage on the ferry from La Paz to Mazatlan.
We're waiting at the ferry. This has been a very confusing experience because of our not great Spanish. So.
You say that this is a very experience.
So there it is. The ferry. Close. so close. Found you. You made it.
I'm kind of struggling with the straps.
It's a 14-hour ferry.
It departs at 7 p.m., although they tell you to be there at 4, 3 hours ahead, with straps.
The straps are necessary. They do not provide straps for you to strap your bike down. So you're expected to just sit in a chair for 14 hours. They do not allow pillows. They do not allow blankets.
Or beer.
Because you have to buy beer from them.
Or have your CRF friend, Laura, go to the concierge desk and get on a wait list for a cabin.
I think that was our exit.
Was that our exit?
Or we go straight up.
Yeah.
Once we had a cabin locked down,
We hung out on deck with a couple other motorcycle riders and a new friend who was fishing in South Baja. Hi, Neil.
hi Neil. And Neil's friend.
Neil's friend.
And Neil's friend.
Hi, Neil's friend.
Hi, Neil's friend. Sorry, Neil's friend. All in all, we spent about 2 weeks in Baja and had a phenomenal time.
Baja was great. We loved all the sandy tracks. We loved going to the ocean, fish tacos, swimming with whale sharks.
For us, Baja was a bit of a testing ground. Testing our gear, testing our riding capabilities, testing our Spanish. And it's time to apply everything we learned in Baja to the mainland. So, let's go.
Whoa, 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 what? Oh my god, better French bread. Yeah,
Wow.
it's buttered French bread. You got stuff in your beard again.
When you're recording YouTube videos, it's important that you eat a lot of bread and have no water on hand.